you ever regret writing Lady and giving it to Kenny Rogers?
Not at all. I must tell you, though, at the time that I wrote it, and it was actually supposed to be for the Commodores, and it was not called Lady, it was called Baby, just as a code name. And I met Kenny. Of course, the Commodores at that time said, we don't want any more slow songs. That's when I wrote a song called Jesus is Love. It was a religious song. But I met this guy named Kenny Rogers, and all he talked about all day long was, I married the most amazing lady. She's the greatest person in the whole world. I do not have any business with a lady like this. Oh, by the way, Lionel, what's the name of the song you wrote me? I said, Lady. I mean, let's be serious now, okay? And of course, from there, he recorded the song, and I did something amazing. I went to my lawyer and said, I want to take the song back. And the guy said, you can't do that, Lionel. I mean, it's already there.
Yeah.
And of course, 9 weeks at #1 later, on every format that could possibly be created, I changed my mind. It was okay for him to have that song.
Yeah. Now, you've had one UK #1, which is Hello. And everybody remembers the video, the blind girl, and she's making the clay model of you. Was she really blind?
You know what? That's the #1 question, and no, she was not blind. Her name was Laura Carrington, and she was very much sighted. And the fact is, though, we took lessons from a lady, Vicky. I can't think of her last name. Vicky Randall. I want to say Randall, but anyway, Vicky, and she did a great job kind of guiding Laura through that scene where was acting like the blind girl. But it was an amazing video. Everybody on the planet saw that video.
Well, you know when most people look at a photograph of themselves and they think, oh, maybe I could look a bit better or whatever. But to have an actual clay, head made of yourself, like, what did you think of that clay?
I know, I've got to tell you about that. By the way, the joke was, I worried Bob Giraldi, the director, all the way through the video shoot. I said, Bob, the clay head does not look like me. And he kept saying, Lionel, she's blind. Remember that. But I kept saying, man, it's just my chin's too long and the top of my head's too big and the ear. He said, Lionel, she's blind. Just remember that. Keep it in mind.
Do you know, when I listen to that song, Hello, and I just want to ask you, how do you write a song? Because one line which really just knocks me sideways, I've been alone with you inside my mind. Like, whew. Yeah. How do you write a song? Where did those ideas come?
You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, and I know this is unacceptable, because whenever you get around people and they ask you, tell me, where were you when you wrote that song? What were you thinking? The answer is, I try not to think.
Yeah.
In other words, these words will come out of my mouth, and before I have time to even go, wow, what was that? I write it down.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back and even to this day, I will listen to some of those lyrics, for I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
I mean, what was that all about? I do believe in just the idea of, if you channel things will come through that absolutely have nothing to do with who you are and where you are. It's just the divine guidance, I call it at that time. And these songs, I mean, think about it, from Hello to Stuck on You to All Night Long, that's 3 different directions totally. And it's just, it's kind of mind-boggling to go, where are you going? Left, right, center. And then, of course, these lyrics come out, but I just kind of let go and let them come through. Honestly, that's the easiest answer I can give you without starting winding everybody up.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll listen to those thoughts which just came rushing out of your head without much thinking involved.
Without much thinking at all.
Let's have a listen to Hello. Can we listen to Hello now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, let's play it. It's Lionel Richie talking to me, Darren Kelly, here at Heart FM, and here's one of Lionel's #1s, a UK #1. It's Hello at Heart FM. 100.7 Heart FM. Hiya, this is Darren Kelly, talking to a man who has plenty of experience in the Olympics. Lionel Richie, did you win the 100 metres or the 200 metres in '84?
Let me tell you something. If I won the 100 or 200 meters, it was only because I was the fast, or should I say, the slowest speed possible. No, I did the track once, and that's only because I was singing all night long and had to run around the track. Thank you very much.
How long did that song last? You did an extra version, didn't you?
That was 20 minutes of song. From the time we walked out on that stage to the time I ran around and walked off of that stage was about 20 minutes of world song. I would say 1.6 billion people happened to see that song. It was unbelievable.
Would you say that was the greatest live performance of your career?
That was the greatest live performance. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I mean, to me, you know, to have the entire world watching, that's the best video you could ever have for a song.
Yeah, and of course you're going to be at the Olympics this year, singing One World, yeah?
We're coming back again. One World is going to be the opening or the closing song. I love that. When we asked the question in '84, where do you want us to play all night long? They said, well, we'll let you know. so we're back again at doing the same thing. Where are we going to sing One World? It'll be at the beginning or the ending of the Olympics.
Superb. Well, Lionel, we're going to play One World in a few moments' time, but first I just want to play All Night Long. And can you just explain something to me, right? Because
yes, sir.
Have you ever heard a song and you sing along and you don't really know the words, but you kind of make them up yourself, right? And in All Night Long, what does Jumbalita say to Maya? Hey, Jumba Jumba. What does it mean?
I knew you were going to ask that question. Okay, now get ready for this, because
Okay.
I've had many people from many tribes to come up to me and go, Lionel, I'm so happy that you put this into my language, our language. I want to tell you, Tambolite said Moya means absolutely nothing. now prepare yourself for this, okay?
Yeah.
I went to the UN.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the consulate there, and I said, okay, I need an African phrase that says basically infectious partying. Mm-hmm. And the guy said to me, I'll have to get back to you in about a month. And I said, why? He said, well, Lionel, there are 101 African dialects.
Yeah.
I said, well, let me get this straight. You mean one tribe does not understand what the other tribe is saying? He said, that is correct. I said, good, thank you very much. I went and called up my friend in Jamaica. I said, tell me, what is Bob Marley's, what language is he speaking with? Woja, woje baji, wo wo, you know, we saw
Yeah.
I said, what is he saying? And they said, he's saying nothing. I said, thank you very much. So I went back home and I said, Tambolite said de moya.
Tambalita said to Maya.
Yeah, jambo jambo. So now I can officially say there are 102 African dialects.
Well, you've cleared that up for us, and as well, at a Christmas party, I won't be singing Jumbalita. It's Tumbalita.
No, it's Tambolite.
Tumbalita. I've obviously been drinking too much of these Christmas parties, Lionel.
That's quite all right, though, but you've enjoyed yourself. That's the most important part.
Absolutely. We'll play All Night Long now, and we really want to talk about the upcoming gigs in a few moments' time. And I want to find out what happened after Can't Slow Down, okay? We'll talk about that in a few moments' time.
We'll let you know.
It's Lionel Richie talking to me, Darren Kelly, here at 100.7 Heart FM for Sunday morning. 100.7 Heart FM, Sunday morning. Darren Kelly here talking to the legend. You don't want me calling you a legend, do you?
No, living. Living is okay with me.
Sorry.
That's all right. Living.
I'll apologise for that line.
No, you're doing just fine.
The living legend. The living legend that is Lionel Richie. You wrote We Are the World with Michael Jackson.
Right.
Did you ever think, I'll take a break after this?
You know, not at all. I mean, I have to tell you something. I have not yet figured out that this is not a job yet. Mm-hmm. This is still one big happy hobby, if you really want the truth about it. I mean, I actually would do this without any money, as long as you could guarantee that you'll keep the lifestyle going the way I got it. You know, but it's really very interesting that I have not quite grown up yet.
Yeah.
And I know that sounds kind of strange now with my daughter being who she is and trying to be the father and stuff. But this is the best job I've ever had in my life. It's not a job.
Yeah. What's the best thing about the job?
I get to travel around the world, and everywhere I show up, people actually know the songs already. They know all about the songs. They know the songs better than I do. And it's really just, where's the party that night? It's right where we're going to play.
Yeah. So when you wrote Dancing on the Ceiling, were you thinking, I want to take All Night Long a step further?
That's exactly right. In other words, it was just sitting there to be had at that point. I mean, we were full bloom. We were on tour. Everything was just maddening. And the most important part about it was I just needed another song besides All Night Long. And, of course, once you've done it all night long, the only place to go is on the ceiling.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We took it one more step, and the song was unbelievable for a live show. When you come to the show, you'll see what I'm saying. The crowd still to this day is out of control.
Are you conscious when you're writing an album that you've got to have a fast song on it? Because you're going from Dancing on the Ceiling to Ballerina Girl.
Yeah, I know. Well, what I do is I try to design the album so that it actually is the songs that I need for a live show. It's so important that I'll say, okay, now right here I need a song that's going to kind of take the crowd. I want them to, I can see them dancing. It's almost like a finale, and I want them to dance like all night long. Then you've got the title already.
Yeah.
Or if you say, okay, now I want to bring a stool out on stage, and I want a guitar player to come out, and I want to be able to sing a song like I'm stuck on you. You know, it's that kind of thing. And next, there's your song. You know, in other words, you approach it from the stage back, if I can go that way.
Yeah. How do you write under pressure? Because you wrote "We Are the World" with Michael Jackson, but it was quite close, wasn't it, before the recording?
That was not even close. It was insanity at that point. Well, what we didn't know, we thought it was just going to be Stevie, Michael, Quincy, and myself. That was going to be the group.
Yeah.
What we didn't know was that outside the doors, while we were sitting there fooling around, Ken Cragen, my manager at that time, was putting together 45 artists, which I call them the best of the best, were going to be sitting there, and they all said, we want to be a part of this song. Now, the only time to get them to do this is at the American Music Awards at the end of that show that night, because all of us were going to be in town.
Yeah.
So we didn't think there was going to be any pressure at that time, because he didn't tell us that the other 45 were going to be there. So finally, to get us to finally write the song, he said, guys, I hate to tell you this, we've got 45 artists waiting to find out what parts they're going to sing. I need the song now. Wow. And that was 4 days before we had a chance to, before we were going to do it. So the pressure was on, and of course, thank God we delivered.
So if your wife had said to you, Lionel, let's go shopping, you said, no.
Forget about it. Forget about it. Don't even think about it. Forget about it. No, you know what? That was a period of time, and let me just tell you how amazing that was. I was hosting the American Music Awards that night, rehearsed all the day before.
Yeah.
Wrote "We Are the World" while we were waiting for that. Won a couple of awards that night, 6 awards that night. Got up the next morning after we finished "We Are the World," and couldn't remember doing the American Music Awards.
My word.
I mean, it was just, that night was one full 24 hours. Unbelievable.
How do you keep going? Do you keep fit? Do you watch your diet? Do you...
You know what it is? I think that 2.5 hour show every night around the world, you know, that's the best aerobics class you'll ever have in life.
Yeah.
Because I'll lose 3 to 5 pounds on stage just standing there under the lights. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that alone will keep you going. And the other part of it is this diet, just plain great diet. When I'm off, I don't eat a lot of pasta, and I don't eat rice and potatoes. When I'm on the stage and when I'm on tour, I eat nothing but pasta and pasta and pasta, because that's the only thing that can keep weight on me.
Yeah.
So lots of bread, lots of pasta, because after you lose that much weight a night, then I want to be able to put it back instantly. Otherwise, I'll be a little penciled by the time I come off a tour.
Yeah.
So between the two, it's all about dieting and basically just conservative. Lots of water, because I know people always say, well, what other kind of drinks do you have? But no, water is the key.
Hey, tell me, what will you be doing before the gig? You know, like, well, what's your routine?
Well, see, let me tell you something. In Birmingham, I must tell you, there's a new shopping center, I understand, that you'll have there, called the Bull Ring.
Yeah.
And so now, my preparation before the show is that I will do a stroll slightly. I shouldn't say this, because then half the crowd will be waiting at the Bull Ring for me to come through. I shouldn't have said. I think I messed up terribly. But I'm a massive mall shopping kind of guy. I like to see what you've got there. So I'm going to be wandering around in disguise. I'll probably look like Stevie Wonder, or you know, probably Michael Jackson. I'll be somewhere in my mask. But I heard this is a fabulous place, and so I'm going to go check it out.
Well, it's the size of 26 football pitches, so make sure you have your trainers on, won't you? Your sneakers on.
You're kidding. The size of what?
26 football pitches.
Get away. Okay. In that case, I'll have me a scooter. I'll be riding around on my scooter, believe me. But I'm looking forward to seeing that, because that's what I'm going to do in my spare time, because I'm going to get out of the hotel for sure.
Yeah. Well, what's your routine, say, half an hour before you go on stage? Are there any nerves, or do you do your warm-ups?
No. My warm-ups consist of cracking a lot of jokes, massive jokes with the band backstage, because, or either before we even get in the car to come over from the hotel. The whole idea is that what I want everyone to get is that we come on stage exactly in a great mood. I mean, it's all about, there's no psych here. We come out, I need about a half an hour to get myself in that crazy kind of mentality.
Yeah.
So what we do is tell as many jokes as we can. We laugh about the things we saw for that day. You know, everybody kind of brings up the date on what's going on. So we actually walk on a stage laughing ourselves to death. So we just continue that laughter right onto the stage.